Obviously, we've been monitoring very closely events in Egypt over the last few days and been in close contact with our delegations on the ground, who I spoke to this morning, member states, our international partners. Ambassadors met here in Brussels this morning at my request to prepare for the discussion which we will be having shortly in the Foreign Affairs Council. I believe it's very important that the European Union stands ready to assist Egypt now and, of course, into the future. But let me say I deeply regret the loss of life and the high number of injuries. It's essential that everyone, and this includes, of course, especially the police forces, to show restraint so that further violence can be avoided. We urge the authorities to release immediately all peaceful demonstrators who are in detention. You know the European Union has at its heart democracy, rule of law, human rights. These are our values, and we believe these must be respected by the Egyptian authorities, and the legitimate grievances of the Egyptian people should be responded to. Their aspirations for a better future should be met with urgent, concrete and decisive answers, and with real steps. There needs to be a peaceful way forward based on an open and a serious dialogue with the opposition parties and all parts of civil society, and we believe it needs to happen now.
Ben Nimmo.
Lady Ashton, on Egypt, you said what the Egyptian authorities need to do, and you said that the EU is willing to support. How can the EU support something like that without the EU just meddling in the internal process?
Well, first of all, because we are, as 27 countries, plus the EU institutions, and in my role, able to say very clearly that there needs to be a peaceful dialogue, an open dialogue to actually move forward. And that message has been sent and will be heard because it's joined in by our international partners. Secondly, we have worked closely with Egypt over many years to offer support. We will be there for the short, medium and long term to help build and support democracy, the rule of law, human rights, all of those values coming into action, just as we're doing with Tunisia, just as we will do in every part of the world, and especially in our own neighbourhood.
I'm sorry if you just comment a bit. High Representative, you just said now the European Union is willing to help the Egyptian, but you didn't mention to help whom exactly? To help the people in power right now, or to help a new government?
The people of Egypt have to decide their future. We say this should be peaceful, open dialogue, moving forward with those values as I've described them at the heart of what is done, and moving forward into the future. And the European Union will be there to help that process. But that process has to be owned by the people of Egypt, and we will support that into the future. Well, in Tunisia, I spoke to our head of delegation in Tunisia this morning as well. We keep in constant contact with our delegations in Tunisia, Egypt, in other parts of the world at the moment to make sure that we are fully briefed on what's happening. In Tunisia already, we've sent our managing director for that part of the region out there. We've had expert delegation out there to support the move forward. The Foreign Minister of Tunisia, I hope, will be visiting me this week, and I will be also arranging a return visit very shortly. We want to help build on the commissions that have been established to help them to move forward, again, using our core values, building the institutions, supporting the move through to elections, moving forward in the way that Tunisia wishes to go forward. I believe the situation there is very calm. This is a moment when we can see real change and real move forward.
Final question to Nuruddin. Nuruddin, final question.
Is the council going to discuss?
Will you ask today the President Mubarak and the military leadership to ease the transitional and peaceful transition time now?
As I've said, the critical thing is for the Egyptian authorities to be talking in an open and a peaceful manner with all the opposition parties, with civil society, looking at the pictures of people on the streets. This is a huge range of Egyptian society. They're asking for that dialogue. They should get that dialogue, and that dialogue should take Egypt forward, and we will be there to support them in the decisions that are made by the people of Egypt to go forward in that way.
Thank you. Have to go.
What do you think about Albania? What's the situation in Albania?
Albania, I'll do Albania. On Albania, we have been in touch with, I've spoken personally to the leader of the opposition and to the Prime Minister. We continue to monitor the situation. Our head of delegation there is, of course, in touch with us all the time. I'll be speaking to him again today shortly. Very important, again, to see that dialogue continuing and to see peaceful activity. This was something I pressed upon both the Leader of the Opposition and the Prime Minister. It is very important to see peaceful dialogue, continuing to discuss the issues of concern, continuing to move forward. Thank you very much, everyone.